Partly because when it comes to balancing postures, it's really useful for us to have a sense of stability in the body and in the breath. And one of the greatest ways that we can find that stability is by coming to the ground and taking support from the ground. So we'll take the first part of the practice in lying, and then we'll slowly bring it upright to explore our balances. And we'll end with a seated practice, a breath focused practice. So just make sure that you feel comfortable in yourselves. Take 3 breaths in through the nostrils and sigh the breath out through the mouth. And just get used to your body finding this new foundation. So it may not be quite so new. It's not been that long since we've woken or got out of bed, but perhaps a little firmer than our bed is. So I'd like you just to pay attention to how your body feels in relation to the ground and notice where you have contact. So if your legs are extended or whether the knees are bent, just notice where your feet make that contact. We'll start with the base. Bring awareness to the soles of your feet, whether they are stretched out ahead or whether they are on the ground. Just notice how they have their place on the earth. And then trace awareness along your legs towards your knees, further along the upper legs in towards your pelvis. And where your pelvis and the back of your pelvis finds the ground, just pause there as you exhale. You might even find you're moving around a little just to find a greater sense of comfort for your pelvis to rest. And then tracing your awareness from your pelvis along your spine, central axis, through towards the space in between your shoulders, the back of your skull. Again, just be aware of the places that your body finds the ground. So around the shoulder blades, your mid-spine, the back of your skull, and then your arms. Perhaps they're on your body or perhaps they're away from you. Just be aware of the support that your arms find. And you're allowing a gentle hug from the earth through the pull of gravity towards it. So just let yourself rest into that place, find stability, find comfort. And then notice that you're breathing in, and notice that you're breathing out. Be aware of the coolness of the breath, the sensation of the breath inside your nostrils as you inhale. As you exhale, just allowing the breath to pass through. Perhaps there is a warmth. The body can find the ground even more. And with each breath in, invite a sense of expansion. Explore your energy. With each breath out, explore your ability to relax, to let go. Breathe into your energy. Breathe out to relax. deepening your inhalation so that it feels more spacious, and lengthening your exhalation. That wave of letting go lasts a little longer each time so that it is longer than your inhale. And the next time that you breathe out, you'll slowly start to let your neck roll to one side. So you exhale, stretch through the opposite side of your neck as you roll your ear down. And the inhale brings your head to center. And then the exhale takes you in the opposite way. So breathe in and come center. And breathe out and release in the opposite direction. And continue. And just notice how it feels as you gradually begin to invite a little more or less, depending on how your neck feels. Each time you exhale into that place, just notice if there is any more for you there to stretch into or release into, depending on how your neck feels. And just making this the last round that you're on, so that you eventually inhale and your head comes center again, and then as you exhale, soften once more through the back of the body. And rest your hands by your sides, so the palms face down, and if your legs are extended, bending the knees and bringing the feet closer in towards the bottom. Keeping your chin drawn in towards your throat. The next time that you breathe in, stretch your left arm up and over onto the ground behind you or out at shoulder level, depending on how your shoulders feel. As you exhale, lower the arm forwards and down. Next time you breathe in, take the opposite side. Inhale with one arm. Exhale and lower down. So continue this, maybe twice more to each side. And each time you breathe in, just breathe into your energy, breathe into your length in your body, so that capacity to be spacious. And then as you exhale, just start to lightly engage your tummy, so the abdomen just comes in towards the spine a little way. And notice what effect that has on your lower back. So on the exhale, as you lower down, just see if that light engagement of your belly button anchors your lower back and your pelvis a little more firmly towards the earth. So when you've taken that 3 times or so, on each side, your arms rest by your sides. You pause. And then we'll work with opposite leg to arm. So the next time that you breathe in, sliding your left foot, your left heel along the floor as you take your right arm back. And then on the exhale, slide the heel back again and lower the arm by your side. And then on the in-breath, your left arm, your right heel, slide away. And on the exhale, you bring everything back to your starting point and repeating. So taking that action, be mindful. So try not to rush through this process. You might even like to press your heel away at the end of that in-breath, so it feels as if you're coming to stand on your foot as you extend the leg along the ground. And you could take this once more on each side. So again, roughly around 3 times on each side. And have a feeling that you're starting to distribute your body weight from one side to the other, but whilst keeping this sense of grounding through your pelvis. So sense of balance through the pelvis, the shoulders, the crown of your skull, whilst you're distributing your body weight from one foot to the other. And when you've taken that 3 times or so to each side, again, just come back and pause. Let your arms be by your side, your feet once again near to your bottom. So then we're going to come back through that. So on the in-breath, as you take your right arm and your left heel away, on an exhale, draw the knee in over your tummy and lower your arm down. So inhale, stretch the heel away, take the arm over. Exhale, bring the knee in, engage your tummy and lower the arm down. And repeat that once more. Pressing into the right foot as well, keeping that sense of balance through your right foot. And then keep the knee in over your tummy. And on a breath in, push through the heel up towards the sky as you take your right arm out and over. And then on the exhale, bend the knee and lower the arm. Okay, so then going between those two shapes, the knee in over your tummy on the exhale, and on the inhale, pressing through the heel and taking the arm back. So we're cultivating a relationship between asymmetry in the body whilst maintaining a sense of balance throughout. Engaging left and right. Okay, lower the foot down and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. As you breathe in, stretching away through the heel as you take the arm back, left arm, right leg. Exhale, bring the knee in, encourage your tummy to be active. So this one to start with, just stretching along the ground and then encouraging the knee in over your tummy and doing that 3 times before coming into the actual leg raise. And just notice how your left foot supports. So when you bring that in on the 3rd round, then on the in-breath, you're extending up towards the sky. Pushing through the heel. Imagine you're coming to stand on the ceiling through that foot as you breathe in. So really stretching through as if you're pushing the ceiling away, reaching out through the house towards the sky. And once more in your time. When you complete, lower your foot down and encourage your heels to come in close to your bottom. Really anchoring down through the feet, through the pelvis. And as you breathe in, this time taking your arms up towards the sky. So your fingertips point up towards the sky. And then on a breath out, lift the pelvis, lift the spine, bring yourself into bridge. Breathe into your shape. And as you exhale, lower down the spine and then the pelvis towards the ground. Pause at the end of the exhale, take a breath in. And then on an exhale, really heavy into the feet and let that heaviness lift the spine. So the groundedness, the effort through the feet rebounds along the spine as you rise. You breathe into your shape and then exhale and release down. And repeat this maybe 2 to 3 more times, depending on your pace. Doesn't need to be a really strong position. just a way to start bringing some extension and length into the spine. Perhaps you'll notice the space around your shoulder blades releasing, almost like your spine has a massage as it releases down to the earth. And then pause, breathe in when you're on the ground, and then let the exhale power you up into that extended shape with your spine. So whenever you feel ready, just let your back find the ground again and start to extend the arms overhead, breathing in. Find the ground through the backs of the shoulders, the arms. And then the next time that you exhale, lower your right knee out to one side. And then stretch your left foot along the floor like you're coming into a tree pose. So you can engage the right foot against the right thigh and pause here as you breathe in. You might find you need to really start to anchor down through the left hip. Exhale into your tummy. Find the groundedness pressing through the back of the body. And the next time that you exhale, bring the right knee in again and then slide your left foot up. Okay. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, lower your left knee out to one side. And then breathe in and slide your right heel along the ground. And again, just thinking about tree posture, supported by the ground. How can we anchor down? How can we make our pelvis feel more neutral here without slipping too far over to the left? As you exhale, encourage your tummy to come in. You might need to press down through the leg, the right leg and heel, just to anchor you a little more fully in your shape. And then on an exhale, bring the left knee in again and then slide the right heel in. The feet are on the ground. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, encourage your knees in over your tummy. And then give yourself a little hug with your knees over your tummy. Now you might find it useful to sway a little from one side to the other, or you could have the knees away from your tummy and then circle them into your tummy. So just taking some gentle movement here that you would like to explore before you find yourself on the side of your body. Coming onto the side, just take a moment to breathe in and then exhale. And then pressing up in your time, coming onto all fours. So thinking about that groundedness, that support that you have connected with and found for your body in lying, just trying to take that through into your practice. Your hands are in line with your shoulders unless your wrists are a little tender, take them further away. Your knees are in line with your hips and your knees want to be about hip distance apart. So just let yourself come into a neutral position here, keeping your chin lightly drawn in. On an exhalation, really round through the spine, press through the back towards the sky. Inhale and release that, extend your pelvis, lifting your chest. And as you exhale, tuck your tummy in and send your pelvis back, stretching towards the heels. So inhale to come up with your chest extending forwards. Exhale to round and arch up towards the sky. Inhale to release. And then on the exhale, gently taking a little curve in your lower back as you stretch through pelvis towards the heels. And again, so taking your time to explore this pattern for a few rounds, just getting familiar with flexing your spine and then Gentle extension. And then coming into that folded position through the knees and through the hips. And once more when you're ready, or if you prefer to continue for a few more rounds, you're welcome to do so. How do the backs of your shoulders feel? How does the back of your waist feel? So finding yourself in an extended child's pose, so the arms are on the ground. The next time that you breathe in, come forwards and then extend your right heel away, pushing the foot away from your bottom. And then on the exhale, lower the knee and stretch back again. Inhale the left heel away, pressing through, activate your bottom. Exhale and lower down. So you know the pattern. We'll carry on in this way, taking this active leg raise once more on each side before we start to explore coming into further balances from all fours. Keeping support through the points that are on the ground. So when you come up the next time, inhale and extend your right leg away, pressing through the heel, and then pause there as you exhale. On an in-breath, take your left arm out in front of you. And then as you exhale, encourage the knee and the elbow to find one another. And then on the inhale, encourage them to be apart. If you find you're feeling you just want that little bit of extra support, you could bring the hands and the foot onto the ground so that they're just sliding. And let's just do that once more. And the next time that you come into that extended shape, pause, breathe out and find some steadiness in your abdomen. And then place your left hand on the ground and swivel your left foot behind you. So the left foot starts to swivel. And then place your right foot on the ground. And then inhale and raise your right arm up towards the sky. And you could either have that arm towards the sky or you could place it onto your hip. And let's just take a few moments to breathe into this shape. So inhale to your length, side of the body, anchor down through the foot that's on the ground, the knee supporting you. Explore space as you breathe in. And exhale, soften a little, find places to relax, but also to support. Abdomen can draw in for support. Ground through the feet. And then sweep the arm over, take a breath in, explore a little further length overhead, and then let that arm find the ground and swivel yourself back onto all fours. And exhale your pelvis back towards the ground. So let's just do a couple of rounds again on all fours. Okay, so when you're ready, taking the opposite side. So start with the leg on a breath in, pressing through, lifting the left heel, lifting the bottom, and then exhaling in your shape. So find that steadiness in your abdomen, and then breathe in and extend the right arm out. And pause here as you breathe out. Another breath in, and then exhale and start to explore the elbow, finding the knee. So whether the hand and the foot slides on the ground, there's a little bit of extra support or whether we're able to take them away from the ground. Just find what's useful for you, what's supportive. Connecting to your breath. As soon as you begin to lose the connection with the breath, it can affect our balance, it can affect our stability and our focus. The breath is the thread of focus in the practice. And then we're going to come into that extended position. Pause once again. And then you lower your right hand to the ground. Swivel on the right knee so the foot goes back. Place your left heel on the ground. And then start to explore that star position with the arms. Breathing in. Expand and lengthen into your shape. Exhale to get grounded. Find that support in your core. Through the leg, maybe anchor down through the leg, away from your head. Another breath in, exploring length once more. Exhale to find support. And then when you're ready, a breath in to lengthen if you'd like to. Otherwise, you can keep your arm further away. And then we're going to roll onto all fours. Find the ground again on all fours. Breathe in here. Exhale, taking the pelvis back once more. So we'll come through this a couple of times once again, just allowing your spine to almost reset your back, to soften a little. And then pause into either a child's pose or a more supported child's pose where you have your hips raised and you rest your head onto your hands. And just take a few moments now to soften, find the support of the ground once again, stretch along the back of the body and come back into your breath. And then when you're ready, bringing yourself upright from that position, coming onto the feet, just roll back. And then start to press your heels up, sorry, not your heels, your bottom up towards the sky. So try and take it on a breath in through the hips towards the sky. And we'll just take a few moments in forward fold. Something that you might like to try here, if you place your hands a little way ahead of you, really soften your knees in order for that to happen. And on a breath in, just roll onto the balls of the feet. And as you breathe out, roll the heels back down again. So breathe in, just to lift the heels a little way, and breathe out and release the heels down. So just try that for a few more rounds, connecting through the feet more than we have done so far in the practice. So just letting them know we're getting ready. We're going to move into some balancing positions. And then when you're ready, forward fold, bring your hands onto your lower back. Deepen the release in your knees so that you can soften your neck and your shoulders. And then think about coming out of your forward fold with your chest. As you breathe in, keep your chin tucked in towards your throat. You could take a few breaths to rise, but it's the chest that's leading the way until you come upright and you're standing. And then relax the arms, let them rest by your side. It takes some time to get used to your new foundation through the soles of your feet. as you breathe in, just noticing a sense of length once again in your body, a sense of rise from the ground. And as you breathe out, a pull of gravity acting like a wave of relaxation whilst you maintain that sense of length, release a little. The next time that you breathe in, raise your left arm alongside your ear. And as you exhale, lower your arm forwards and down. And same opposite side. So breathe in with your right arm. Exhale and lower. So continue in this way, exploring one side and then the other side, without any judgment. Just notice how it feels to move. Tuning into your flow, your own rhythm. So let's think about alternate leg movements here. As you breathe in, slide your left toe back, take your right arm forwards. Exhale, slide the toe. You can lift the knee and lower your arm down. Breathe in, let the foot extend behind you. And breathe out and guide the toe, the knee up. You could lift the foot so that the foot is flexed at the end of that exhale. Explore length and then explore balance coming in. And once more. And let's release that down. And we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So try and find the flow. Stay with the breath. Inhale, so you're active now through the left leg. Slide the right toes back, lengthen along the left side. And then exhale, engaging the tummy and lifting the knee in, lowering the left arm. Inhale, you can activate the bottom if you'd like to, taking that foot a little further away from the ground. So as the foot goes back, think about lifting a little, or you could keep the toe in contact with the ground for a little more support. And then when you come through, that little bit of extra effort in the foot there, activating the foot coming into the ankle. And just making this the last round that you're on. And then release and place the foot down. Just take a few moments to pause, noticing how you feel in your body. Breathing in, sigh the breath. And come towards the back of the mat so you have the length of your mat ahead of you. Turning your left toes out a little, take a step forwards with your right foot. Now think about having a sense of groundedness through the feet here, a little bit of a release in the front knee. And as you breathe in, take your arms forwards and up alongside the body, alongside the ears. And then on the exhale, open and come into like an open kind of shape. So the arms swivel and you open your pelvis. So you face the wide length of the mat. So as you breathe in, come back to that central point, coming forwards with the body. And then on the breath out, open round towards your left. And if you'd like to, you could take your gaze with you as well. So when we start to incorporate the gaze in balances, it's really useful, but only if that feels okay for your neck, or you could just have a more neutral gaze. So you could look at the ground as you go, or if you're feeling more able to, you could take your head along the back arm. Okay, you come into that shape once more, open through and take a breath in here. And as you exhale, bend your left knee, or your right knee rather, so you come into warrior. So breathe in to rise. Breathe out, bend your right knee, coming into the warrior shape. Breath in. Breath out. Soften the shoulders, turn the palms to face down once more in this way. And then coming into your warrior two shapes, the right knee bends, the shoulders soft, the hands face down, and then turn the palms to face up. As you breathe in, take a look around. So testing your balance in this position, maybe move your head around a little, the room, from one arm to the other. And then relax, turn the palms to face down again. And as you breathe in, take your left arm back behind you, raise your right arm up towards the sky. As you breathe out, cartwheel over to your right knee and then left arm alongside your left ear. So inhale to reverse, coming back through towards the back leg. Exhale to sweep over towards the right. And exploring that once more, coming in through the in-breath. And on the out-breath, as you come into that lateral side fold, just pausing there as you breathe in, exploring the shape along the left-hand side of the body. Ground a little further through your abdomen, your legs, your knees, your ankles, your feet, as you exhale. And then when you're ready, arms come out at shoulder level again. Breathe in, back into warrior. Exhale, bring the front leg back, lower the arms, bring your feet back together. So just take a few moments. We've been in that position for a while. Just take a few moments to settle. So we're not rushing straight into the next thing. Reconnect to the breath. Let the exhale act like a wave down through the body, connecting to the earth, and then the inhale rising with a sense of energy. So you have cultivated a great level of focus, keeping that with you as you start to move on the opposite side. The right toes turn out, the left foot steps forwards. So at the moment we are kind of more towards the front of the mat. Just take a few breaths here to establish your position, and then breathe in with the arms. And to begin with, it's like we're swiveling a little. So the pelvis opens and the arms come out. So there's a softness in the front knee, but we're not coming into warrior. So you breathe in and you come back to that central position. And you breathe out and you open towards the longer edge of the mat. And just exploring that for a few rounds in your time. And the next time then that we come into that open position, taking a look around along your back arm, along your front arm, take a breath in, and as you exhale, come into your warrior two shape. So bending your left knee, inhale, press through the feet to come up. It's probably, if you'd like to, you could always just lower the arms a little in between if the arms are starting to feel tired. You can invite them to release. So then we come into this warrior shape, and I'm going to invite you to soften the shoulders, turn the palms to face up, and then have another look around now that you have this stronger position in place with your legs, just with your gaze looking around your space. And on an exhale, turn the palms to face down again. And then as you breathe in, take your right arm behind you, your left arm stretches up. And as you exhale, lower your left forearm and stretch your right arm across the right ear. So breath in to rise, breath out to lower. So another round of this through on the in-breath, and then on the exhale, coming into that position with your arm connected to the thigh. Breathe into your shape, finding that length all through the side of the body, from your fingertips to your feet, the outer edges of your right foot, and then ground down through the body. Soften a little around the right shoulder, breathing into your energy. Exhale to letting go into the shape. And then once more coming up, breath in to warrior two. Exhale, bring everything back. Stepping your feet back together. And just taking a moment once again to pause. Notice what it is that you feel as a result of that sequence. What shifts have occurred for you? Sighing the breath out. And as you inhale, take the arms up towards the sky. On a breath out, hinging from your hips, sweep your arms to your lower back, softening your knees, and then rounding the spine, closing the gap. Inhale, lift the chest to rise. Exhale, sweeping forwards and down. Hands to lower back, let your neck and shoulders soften. Breathe into your energy, lead with the chest, sense of rise. Exhale, let your abdomen come back, and then round along the back of the body once more. Keeping a sense of anchoring through the feet, supporting your movement along the spine as you rise. And then on a breath out, lower the arms down and just take a few moments once again, pausing here. Find a steady foundation through the feet, and we'll explore tree posture. You might find it useful to have the wall, a chair top or countertop available. So focus in on your right foot to begin with. So really anchor down through the right foot and let your right leg be active, sense of lifting through the kneecap. Notice that you're breathing in. Notice that you're breathing out. And then as you begin to inhale, you can start to lift the opposite side. And to begin with, we could just be looking at a little bit of a dangle, so the foot is just touching the ground. And then you could come in towards the ankle. So the heel is just above the ankle, the ball of the foot on the ground. And the arms can be away from you. So take a few breaths, establishing a new foundation, and a point of focus with the gaze is really useful. So somewhere just on the ground ahead of you or on the wall. Keeping that right leg active. If you'd like to, you could start to explore further possibilities. Maybe the foot can rise towards the calf, or maybe you find you're able to come into deeper position against the inner thigh. So whenever you find a place where you can get stable, you pause there for a few breaths. With your foot against the inner thigh, you'll really need to be active on that right leg. When you're ready, then let's breathe the arms up towards the sky. There could be some wobbles. The foot may be finding different positions as we go. And you breathe into your expanse, breathe into your length. Exhale and invite some movement. So imagine your arms are like branches in the wind. There's been a lot of wind recently. There's hardly any leaves left on the trees, but there's still a few. So you could just imagine those leaves delicately holding on, the last of autumn, the last of the sun. And then in your time, just let your arms find the center of your chest, taking a few breaths here, finding stillness, like you're the tree hibernating in preparation for the spring. And then when you're ready, relax that. Give your knee a little shake. And do the same thing on the opposite side. So coming onto the left foot, the left leg, really active, lifting through the kneecap. So just pause whenever you shift, change position, just pausing, getting a new foundation, reconnecting to the breath. And then when the in-breath comes, we can invite a sense of lightness on the opposite side. So we know that we're balancing on one leg, and we start to explore the options available to us. So foot can come on towards the ankle, pausing here for a few breaths, really active in the left leg, and then we can start to explore the calf if we'd like to. Again, pausing for a few breaths there, maintaining a point of focus with the gaze, so try not to let your gaze go to moving objects. Come into the inner thigh if you'd like to. You could always hold it there, and even if it means it doesn't stay there afterwards, maybe just exploring how it feels to have the foot into the inner thigh with the support from your hand. Really anchor down to that leg, very supportive, and then perhaps that foot just finds another place, and that's okay. So then we start to inhale into the shape, coming in, exploring our length, reaching and rising, grounding down through the left leg, and then movement, a sway from one side, a sway to the other, coming through and just exploring our own rhythm whilst we maintain steadiness in our trunk, in our roots towards the earth. And then we'll come into a stiller place. So let the hands find the center of your chest, and then taking 3 to 4 breaths here. And we're finding a calmness, pressing through that leg, really active, inviting energy as you breathe in, and then relaxing into your tree as you breathe out. And then in your time, releasing and soften through the legs. So coming to a place of stillness. Sigh the breath. Following each inhale, following each exhale. And then when you're ready, Just start to walk the hands down the legs towards the ground, coming onto the knees once more. Bring yourself in an upright kneeling position, and we'll introduce a soft hum on the exhale. As you breathe in, take your arms up towards the sky. On an exhale, sweep the arms to your lower back and then slide them out in front of you. Breathe in, slide the knees, slide the hands towards you, lift and rise, take the arms upright. And then breathe out, sweep the arms and slide the hands forward. So then we'll bring the hum in on the next few. So inhale to rise. And repeating. So taking yourself through that for another 3-4 more rounds. Pause on the ground when you're ready. Either into the child's pose again or with the hips raised, just giving your body a little bit more space. You can sway your hips a little from one side to the other. Sighing the breath out. Releasing down through towards the earth each time you exhale. Inhaling to your spaciousness. And then slowly rise, coming to take a seat of your choice. Raising your hips a little. And finding a sense of length in your spine. So you're feeling tall, and then there's a base through the seat for you to connect towards. Just let your hands rest lightly onto your laps. Let your eyes softly close or soften the gaze so that you're looking down towards the earth. Your breath is natural and soft. And the next time that you exhale, just bring your index finger to the left nostril. And then as you breathe in, just inhale softly through the right nostril. And then exhale through the right nostril. And taking this for 6 rounds in total. Just breathing in through the right nostril and exhaling through the right nostril. Let your jaw relax. And when you've taken that 6 times, just lower your left hand down. And take 4 breaths naturally in and out through your nostrils. And the breath is quiet, calm, grounding, steady. And then when you've taken those breaths, as you exhale, place your right index finger to the right nostril and start to breathe in and out through your left nostril for another 6 rounds. You might notice there is a difference between one and the other. So if one is feeling particularly blocked, you could soften the way the finger is placed on the right nostril. And when you've taken that breath pattern 6 times, release the hands. And take another 4 breaths again. Inhaling to your length, to your spaciousness, to your focus. Exhaling to your support, your inner support, the support from the earth, your ability to relax and let go. And then place your hands at your heart space and just take a few moments to give thanks. Thanks to the time that you have set aside to explore something for yourselves. Perhaps there is a person or a group of people that you would like to send some thanks out to right now. And then also just thanking the earth. Okay, thank you. Stretch your legs out, make sure you give your legs a little shake out there. And then just take your time to transition into your day.